Hey everybody, welcome in. We're going to be talking about some Pokemon trading card game Pocket. A little bit different. I've got someone who knows a bit more about it than I do. I've got my mate Liam here. Thanks for coming down, Liam.
Thanks, Jared.
We're going to talk about, there's only about 24 hours to go before is it the events or the...
It's a ranked battles, Jared, so it's actually quite important to get those last couple of hourglasses before the new sets come out.
It's pretty easy to do, isn't it?
Yeah, the first couple of ranks, the beginner ranked and the Pokeball rank, they're mostly bots. So you can get some quick, easy ranks, some hourglasses, sorry.
Yep, so how do you do that?
So we're just going to go on here. We're going to go on to our battles. We're going to go to Versus, and we go to Ranked Matches. Once it loads. So as you can see here, I'm in Ultra Ball rank 1. So we'll just go up here, and we'll go to Final Rank Rewards to see what you can do. So you got your really good players up here with your Master Ball rank, and we're just going to scroll down.
So every time you get to these ranks, you get this amount of...
So realistically, you need 120 to open a 10-pack. So 100, you pretty much got a 10-pack guaranteed. Then you go to Ultra Ball here, and you got Great Ball, and then you got your Pokeball.
That's pretty handy. So is there any sort of decks that you would recommend that help people to get through this a bit quicker?
Oh, absolutely. Due to the timing and the lateness of the video, I reckon we'll just go to our decks here. I reckon your Articuno deck. Now, it's a very aggressive deck, but you can get some easy wins with this deck.
Yeah, I've seen a few of the Articuno users. No, nothing against them, but you're all a bunch of vlogs.
I would recommend this deck for the beginner and Pokeball rank. So you got your two Articunos here. You got your Giant Cape. You need to flick that up so it goes to 160 HP. And then your Misty's important here. So if you get Articuno straight off the bat, which you will,
because you're only running
two Pokemon, and you flick 3 heads with Misty, it could be game
straight off
the bat.
Is it risky though if you don't get a Misty straight up?
Well, you do have that attack for 40 straight off the bat, so you don't need 2 tokens for that, and then you can run double Cyrus because the Blizzard for 80 HP. It will chip for 10 at the back, so you can get an easy win by just bringing someone from the back and just hit him for 80.
You got another deck or so that people might think about using?
Well, this is not going to be the meta for the next one, but there was a tournament a couple of days ago, and there was Blastoise came back.
Good old Blastoise.
Blastoise. So it's back in the meta. So what you need to do is you need to draw Manaphy first, which is actually quite important. So his ability is to put 2 tokens on your energy zone in the back. So you put 1 on him in your active spot, and then you can load up your Squirtle from the back and then put your active token on him, and you can load up from there. And now we'll go into Blastoise. So I'd only advise this if you have 2 Blastoise EXs, that's the way to go. So we'll do 100 for free, and you can do 2 for, if you have to draw him in, you can do 40 for Surf. But if you get him on 5 with Manaphy, it does 160.
Wow, so that's nuts.
That KOs pretty much anything. So that KOs Darkrai, they pretty much nearly KOs Greninja. Yeah, it's big.
Oh, very good. We're obviously talking about this because the ranked matches ends pretty soon, and only a few days before the next lot of booster packs are coming out. The new Celestial Guardians. That actually looks really cool. They got Solgaleo and Lunala as the main 2 Pokemon on the fronts. I believe that's coming out April 30th, where that's Australian time. I assume that is the same around the world, but I'm sure everyone will figure that out eventually. But apparently there's a couple of pretty cool cards in there, and one particular support card, or an item card I should say, is that the rare candy.
Yeah, this is an absolute game changer. So this will speed up gameplay tremendously. So say you go second. So if you have your base Pokemon, so say you have a Charmander for instance, you can instantly put your rare candy out, and it'll go to Charmeleon, and then you can search for Charizard.
All from just having that using the rare candy.
Rare candy. So
Wow.
it can't. So if you go first, you can't use it on your first turn, and the Pokemon needs to be in play. So you.
Yeah. Okay. So the Pokemon needs to be in play for at least that turn before you use the rare candy.
So
you can't use it on the turn you first put a Pokemon down. Correct.
Correct. So the base Pokemon does need to be in play, and then the Stage 2 Pokemon does need to be in your hand. So you do need to get quite lucky with the draw, but we'll talk about Solgaleo. This will be a game changer.
Yes, I've seen a few of the few people talking about how cool this card is going to be. Yeah, why don't you give us a bit of a rundown on its abilities for us?
Oh, well, I've used to have Solgaleo on Rise of Elf, the good old Rise of Elf.
Rise of Elf.
It was absolute beast. And
I'm sure a lot of people have played that game before.
Oh, it was one of my favourites. And now when April 30th rolls around, I'll be trying to get two of him right away. So not only does it do 120 for 2 energy, which is crazy in itself, but is ability Rising Road. So I'll just read it. Once during your turn, this Pokemon is on your bench, may switch to the active spot. So what that does, guys, is if you have...
So for no cost. No retreat cost.
So if you're running Solgaleo, you don't need a leaf. So it frees up 2 cards. So you just... So say you're running a Skarmory, which probably a few people will with this deck. So you're running Skarmory that's running low. You flick Skarmory out for no cost. You keep that energy there. And you go straight in for 120.
Yeah, wow. So no retreat cost. You get out a Pokemon with 2 energies for 120 damage.
Yeah, the only little downside there, it does 10 damage to itself for each attack.
But he's got 180 HP. It's not really that big a deal, is it?
No, well, you can run a couple of heals. I think a lot of people are running heals, some potions, maybe a couple of Nurse Joys. And then if you're really worried about it, you can get Cyrus in. You can run a Shaman, which is very popular with that Dialga and Arceus decks. Just heals 10 for each Pokemon from its ability.
Yeah, okay. So how does the Lunala compare then? Is it as good or is it not as good?
Well, we don't have the full deck list yet. This is only just the preview, so we only got about 20 cards to work with, but we'll just give you the highlights. But it's a cool card. It will free energy. We need 1 psychic energy on it, and we'll do 100. But the ability is where it's at. You can move all your energy from your bench to the active spot. So say you're running a Greninja, you can flick that straight up and you can...
And give all the energy to it.
Yeah, so you can load up with Psychic Bellow and just one pretty much, yeah.
Wow, okay. So he can give all your psychic energies from your bench to your active Pokemon.
Correct.
Wow, okay. That's interesting. I feel like that will work really well with a lot of psychic decks. That sounds really good, actually.
Yeah, you can nearly run a Mewtwo in there. But I think Gratina is where it's at. I think you can load it up. And another note for the video guys, they are Stage 2 Pokemon, so you will need to grab the Stage 1 and then evolve into it.
But you can do that with... Will the rare candy help you with that?
Yeah, that's why the rare candy is out.
Yeah, wow, interesting. And the rare candy works for fossils too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We've confirmed that because the fossil gets played as a basic Pokemon.
Yeah, so you can't draw... So you say you run a Pokeball, you can't draw it with that. But
if you have it...
But if you have a rare fossil, the rare candy will work on it. Because it is at... The title says is that 40 HP basic Pokemon once it is in play.
Yeah. That's cool. That's handy. Because there's no fossil searching support yet, but that's a good start.
Well, we will see with the new set, so I can't wait to see with the new set. And also...
is there any other Pokemon, obviously besides the 2 main ones you see on the pack, that everyone's talking about?
This Raichu this new Raichu has me thinking there's a lot of possibilities.
This is that Alolan one, yeah?
Yeah, the Alolan Raichu EX.
I just got to say, I'm sorry to anyone out there who thinks that the Alola region was good. The worst series of Pokemon I've ever seen. I'm sorry. I just got to put that out there. Continue.
All right, well, thanks for that sidebar, Jared. But we'll get back to this. So it does 60 damage for 3 tokens, but it is colorless, so you can chuck it in any deck like Mew, so it's kind of that finishing Pokemon.
I find that incredibly interesting that it's a psychic and electric type.
They're trying to be creative, Jared. Let's not knock them.
Whatever.
But this is where it gets interesting. So it does 60 straight up, and then it does 30 damage for every energy on on the opponent's active Pokemon. So say you got a Gyarados, and it's on. It's loaded up. It's loaded up. It's got
4 energies.
4 energies. This Raichu will one-shot it. So if my maths is correct, so you do the 60, and then it's got 4, and it will do 120. So there's 180. Say it's got a cape as well, but it's electric, so hit it for 200.
Yeah, wow. That's huge.
Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy.
Because there was a new Rayquaza that's coming out. I don't know if it's a special promotional card for the anniversary of the game, or if people are getting it for free, or whatever it is. But as far as the art itself, it looks really cool. But I don't think it's going to really hold up very well against a lot of the other cards.
No, the art is really nice. I will give it that. The art is it's very clean. As we just have a little close up here, but the actual card itself is a non-starter with 140 HP.
It doesn't really help you much these days.
No, that's just going to get one-shotted. So we'll go into it. It is colorless, so you can go into any deck, but you need 4 tokens. So you can run it with Manaphy, but I don't think many people will. And it will do 40 damage for across the board. So it's not going to do 160 just to one Pokemon. So it will be like Wogtrio and Dragonite in the fact it will just spread across the board. But by the time you load it up, it will get most likely one-shotted from your opponent's EX from the other side.
Okay. So really, the big news is the rare candy. The rare candy is the big news, and the 2 new legendary Pokemon are pretty cool.
So
at this stage.
Yeah, we will have 2 packs. You have your Solgaleo and Lunana. So I think a lot of people are very excited with the Solgaleo.
Nice.
I think the metal will be the meta with this new batch.
Yep. Very interesting. All right. Well, basically, everyone, you need to get out before the time runs out on the ranked matches. As you saw earlier, it's pretty easy to do, and you get a lot of Hourglass for little effort. Couple of decks you can use. Articuno, the Blastoise. I'm sure there's a few other ones. But get on there before time runs out. Save yourselves up some Hourglass so you can get to the get the awesome 10 packs for the Celestial Guardians. Make sure you get into the single battles. Plenty of ways to get these Hourglasses up. So get in there before time runs out. And once the Celestial Guardians comes out, we might do another chat about some of the cards that come out. I'm sure there'll be some more leaks or some pretty amazing reviews for some of the cards that come out, especially if they support some of the big hitters in these packs. So that comes out April 30th. I hope everyone's looking forward to it. And thanks for coming down, Liam, and giving us a bit of insight into some of the cards that are coming up soon. So I hope everyone enjoyed it and everyone got a little bit out of it.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me, Jared.
Cool. All right, guys, don't forget, like and subscribe. The more you guys keep on liking our videos, the more we can keep on getting these things out there. So thanks again. Catches.